At Lion's Den Television, we stand for art as activism. One race, the human race. We don't chase trends, we document truth. We honor voices, stories, and history that refuse to be erased. This is where legacy meets purpose. Be legendary. Real stories matter. Fight with film and music. Welcome to another no-budget film.
Y'all don't feel alright. Huh? You feel alright, people? Alright, what about you, Valentine, and the rest of the gang? Alright, then we're going to tell you about the one-on-one then. Alright, is that alright? Is that alright with y'all? Alright, then it's alright with us as long as it's alright with y'all now. Alright? Let's go. Get it. So what kind of drive? You ready, Jungle Boogie? Y'all ready for Jungle Boogie down there? Huh? You ready for Jungle Boogie one? Is that one down there, baby? Oh, that's Angie. Right on, baby. Good to see you, darling. All right, hey, look here. We're going to let Jungle Boogie do his thing down on the other end now. And then we're going to put y'all on display now. Hey, look here. I want you to shine the spotlight, big brother, because I can't see who.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Let's Take a Ride Through the City. I'm your host, Jerome Kennedy, and today I have a very special guest. How can I explain her? She's very interesting. If you put the word up, I would say entrepreneur. You'd probably see her picture because she has a lot going on, and I'm just going to let her explain it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my dear friend, Miss Raymia Henderson.
Hello. I don't know what time you're going to be seeing this, but good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you for that intro. My name is Raymia Henderson. Like Jerome said, I am an entrepreneur of sorts. Some folks probably don't think that I actually have a 9 to 5, but I do. But I met Jerome through another partner with Team KIP. We are a group of folks who get together and we are concerning ourselves about wellness and health and staying healthy and exercising as a community. But overall, I would say that my passion is the health and wellness part of that. So I run a nonprofit called Runway for a Cure DC,
Hold
And
on for a second. We're
yep.
going to get there. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
All right, because I want to start off from the beginning. Well, first of all, I want to welcome you to the show. And I also wanted to give you your flowers while you're still here because here at LDTV, we like to give folks their flowers while they're still here because we feel like art is activism. And you are definitely an activist in our community, along with an artist. So you got kind of like both of them. So we're going to call this like artivism. How about that? Yeah, and then so what I would say is that yeah, I wanted to make sure that we gave you your flowers because I'll be watching and being around you. You're a very busy young lady. So I just want to start off by saying, well, you already told us your name, but tell the people where you're from.
I am from Minnesota Avenue. No, I am from 19th. I am from 19th and Q Street. I grew up in Anacostia and went to Ballou High School. Go
Slow
Ballou
down for a
Knights.
second. Slow down for a second. So slow down, you're getting ahead of yourself. So you from 19th and Q, so that's kind of like down there by Kramer.
Yes. Yep. I was closer to Orr. I was in between Orr and Kramer.
Okay, so did you go to Orr? That's what I want to know, the elementary school.
I went to Orr. Mr. Boone was our
Mr.
principal,
Boone, right,
and is renamed to his name now,
right.
which is awesome. I did not go to Kramer. I went uptown to Francis Junior High.
Okay, slow down. Hold on. Let me hold on. You all right? Hold on. So you from the Avenue, so I should know you because we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where,
I was around the corner behind the library.
okay, up the street on the other side of S Street.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you went down, or so did you play any sports or do anything?
At Orr, I was pom pom. At In middle school, I was a cheerleader, and at Ballou, I was a cheerleader.
All right, so hold on for a second. So you were down, or I knew some people there. So then you left, or and you went to Francis. You
Francis
said,
Junior High, uptown. Yeah.
yeah, uptown. So how did you get up there?
So so basically the sixth, I was in the class at Orr, which had like very high test scores.
Oh, smart girl.
So they allowed a certain number of students from Orr to go uptown to, I would call it, I mean, it wasn't really an international school, but because of where it was located, you had different nationalities there. So
Right, right,
it wasn't an all black or all African American middle school.
right.
So I believe we were a part of like a program where they would allow us to go outside of our zip code based on, our grades, and
Okay.
expose us to that environment.
So I'm familiar with that because so you went when it turned into a middle school. Because
Yes.
I do remember when it was a junior high school.
Well, that's the same thing in DC, ain't it?
No. So to put it plainly, so I was in that same program. I actually went to Hyde Elementary, which is on Wisconsin. Oh, and I went to Hardy Middle School, which at that time was the only middle school in DC. And then I went to Alice Deal for ninth grade, which was junior high. And then
Okay,
I
I got you because
right.
they Francis actually went up to ninth. So I didn't go to Ballou in my ninth year.
Okay.
I went to
That's what
Ballou
I'm
in
saying.
10th grade because
Right. So
Francis
you
went up to the ninth grade.
so that's junior high.
Hmm.
See, because they cut ninth grade off and stopped it at eighth grade, which turned them into middle schools.
Nobody Films, LDTV, Nobody Books are all produced by Ruffin Two Productions, LLC. The term nobody is because of the unique style of art that we produce. So there are not a lot of budgets for the kind of art that we make. Be legendary.
Which made bullying at an all-time high. But okay, so then you graduated from Francis and mama shipped you back over to,
To Baloo.
how did you manage that? Because you from Anacostia.
I got accepted into the math and science program at Baloo.
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to say, but I'm gonna let you tell it. Okay.
Um,
Right.
wanting to offend anyone, but there's a math and science, and then there's everybody else.
That's funny. Because that math and science program was pretty serious over there at Baloo. Even though it
Exactly.
was in the hood. How you manage that?
I mean, what's the difference between Anacostia and Fourth Street? I don't know.
The neighborhoods. They ain't your set. The neighborhoods.
Well, I mean, so I did have a boyfriend. He went to Wilson, but he
Oh,
also he also had his license. So he would come pick
oh,
me up from school and stuff like that. So I didn't
oh,
necessarily have to catch the bus back home.
oh, privileged girl. Look at here. Hey, Calvin, you hear that? We both went to Wilton. Oh, okay. Do you have siblings?
I have a sister. She lives in North Carolina, so my roots are North Carolina and South Carolina. Um, my father from South Carolina, my mother from North. But my sister, when she graduated, she went to Baloo too. When she graduated, she went to North Carolina and didn't move back. So um,
Oh,
that's
wow.
my only living sibling.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay, okay. So where's mom and dad?
My dad is deceased.
Oh,
My
okay. Rest in
mom
peace.
is she's still with us, and she's actually in a long-term hospital right now, but she lives in Cheverly.
Oh, okay, okay. Big up to mom. So I said hi.
Yes. We moved out of
Okay.
Southeast, I don't know, 25 years ago.
Really? Where'd you move to then?
Cheverly, I moved in with them. Um, and then I moved to Glen Burnie, and then I came back to Upper Marlboro.
Oh, okay. You like it out there better?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Upper Marlboro, the town of Upper Marlboro. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know
So,
they try to expand this zip code as much as they can.
right. So listen, so you graduated from Baloo with honors, obviously.
Hmm.
Yeah, you one of them smart girls, huh? You ain't just a pretty
Yeah.
face.
No, actually, my biology teacher at Baloo, he told us about opportunity at Naval Research Lab. And so I would go after school to Naval Research Lab to work after school and then in the summers. And so that was my first job, and they ended up paying for my college. I had a full ride to American University.
Oh, oh, American you.
Hmm.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. 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 What can I say? Wow. So would you study at American U?
Computer science.
Computer science? Oh
Yes,
my
sir.
God.
Yes,
A
sir.
young brainiac here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the plan um after so did you do cheerleading or anything at
No, there was a different type of cheerleading up there. It's a different type of cheerleading. I was strictly academic at American.
Right, right. Did you graduate?
Because I was actually still working at Naval Research Lab. I didn't stay on campus. I was still at home. So, I would go Northwest Massachusetts Avenue back home to Southeast every day.
That's a
Uh,
long ride, wasn't it? Yeah, you ain't got to tell me. Going to Wilson. Yeah. Was you driving by then?
I was sort of a late bloomer when it comes to driving. So I wasn't, and me and the boyfriend that I just told you about, he went there too. So I had a ride again.
He should be your husband right now, isn't he? Right.
Well, You know,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
stranger things would have happened, but no,
Okay. Okay. You have kids?
I do not.
You don't have any kids?
Mm-mm. Look, you haven't
Damn.
seen any kids at the race, have you? Or the walks or
I
whatever?
wasn't, I was really trying to figure out who Raymia Henderson was, And a
Yeah,
couple of my
no,
buddies
no,
was like, she's a big deal in Rome. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, well, let me sit back and observe.
yeah, no kids, no
Oh,
kids.
wow. Damn, rich woman with a pretty face, no kid. What is going on in America? Okay.
People crazy. People crazy.
You said people. That's funny. So this Naval Research Lab, did you stay there after American?
No, so I was doing a co-op with Department of Navy, and the deal with that cooperative program is, once you graduate, you basically got to give that time back, right? They gave you
Oh,
money, you have to give them time.
oh,
And so once I graduated, they didn't have any levels available or any grades available. That's government, GS, whatever. They didn't have any positions for me at Naval Research Lab. And
wow.
so one of the kind of, I guess, loopholes is they could find you something, but it has to be within a certain mileage or radius from your home. And so they
Okay.
found something for me, and it was way down Patuxent.
Oh.
I'd never been outside of southeast, northeast, northwest. you know, um, and so the job that they offered was down Patuxent, and it fell outside of the radius that I had to accept something. So I turned it down because it was too far.
That
And
was the naval base, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's down there a ways too. Yeah, definitely down there.
Yeah, so I turned it down and basically didn't have to get the money back, didn't have to take the job, and I was on off to the races.
Happy feelings in the air.
Okay, so I'm gonna run a few things by you because I did a little research, and you just tell me what you think or what was going on at this time. So, what is USF and G?
So USF&G Fidelity and Guarantee, it was an insurance company up in Baltimore. I guess you've been on LinkedIn searching or something. Uh,
Did a little research, best I could, because I was trying to do a little something.
um, So that was after Booz Allen. So when I graduated and I didn't take the job with Navy, I went on to Booz Allen and Hamilton. And then after Booz Allen and Hamilton, I went to USF&G. That was up in Baltimore. So when I first started, I was coding. I was a developer. Um,
Oh, wow.
and I was a developer for years after that.
Oh, okay. So, Verizon.
Verizon was my longest, and my most memorable. Most of every adult friend that I have now, except for, the ones that I met through Team KIP and all of that, most of them I met at Verizon. I spent almost 10 years there. Started out as a developer, moved up through, program management, project management, and then managing people, managing teams, and then I took the buyout
Oh,
because they were basically shipping our jobs over to India and
oh,
and making us train the Indian staff on how to do our jobs.
wow.
And so
That's
eventually,
crazy.
I mean, a couple of years of that, I missed a couple of the buyouts. And then finally, I told my manager, I was like, "Yo, can you put me on that list, please?"
I heard I heard that. Okay, so Fannie Mae.
Fannie Mae. Oh shoot, was Fannie Mae after Verizon? Fannie Mae was like a blip on the was like a blip on the radar. Very short stint, took me up there to Connecticut Avenue.
Mm,
I don't even know if that Fannie Mae is open anymore, that
right.
campus, but it's right off of like where UDC is.
Van
Um,
Ness area.
but that was like a short stint, not very long. I didn't really see uh, a long future there.
I'm going somewhere with this, so just work with me.
Okay, all right, no problem. Um,
um, Go
yeah.
ahead.
Yep. So basically, a really short stint there.
So Remax specialist.
Yeah. So we talked about being an entrepreneur, right? When I took the buyout with Verizon, I said, you know what? I want to do my own thing. A couple of my friends who worked at Verizon were into real estate, and I ended up leaving to do real estate full time with Remax Specialists in Capitol Hill. No, actually, no. Remax Allegiance was first
Okay.
in Capitol Hill, and then Remax Specialists, and then Keller Williams, and now I'm affiliated with Century 21 and Vision.
You helped create the damn gentrification, didn't you?
No, I did not. No, I did not. But out of that severance package, I did use some of those funds to buy my own rental property, my own investment property in Southeast. So,
Okay.
which I still have today. But yeah, I wasn't I wasn't up northwest doing the doing
Capitol
that.
Hill
So
close enough.
yeah, I didn't have a hand
So,
in that.
so Hanley Wood.
Hanley Wood, I was there for about 5 years. Um, I think, as I look at like the environment today, and 300,000 Black women losing their jobs,
Mm,
and I look at the time of when I got basically let go from Hanley Wood, they
hmm.
found out that I was a realtor.
Oh.
I don't think that they appreciated that I was an entrepreneur outside of this job, and
Mm.
I believe that they came up with a reason to
Oh
let me go
wow.
because it wasn't because of performance.
Right, right. It's evident. So what is so you wanna sow?
So you want to sew. So before I even get to so you want to sew, I want to say the creative part that you talked about. I started sewing about, I'd say 10 years ago.
Oh,
It may be actually more than 10 years now. I would say maybe 15 years ago. And got this harebrained idea that I wanted to be a fashion designer. And I started the Rebirth of Style, which is my fashion design clothing line.
right.
Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
then came So You Want to Sew.
Oh, so okay, because I was going there, but okay, so we're gonna get there. Uh Mass Maven.
I thought you wanted to talk about So You Want to Sew.
Well, if you're not done, go ahead.
So, my mentor, teacher, the lady who owned the sewing school, she was retiring, so she was looking for someone to take over the school. And
Okay.
so I raised my hand and I was like, I'll take over the school. So I relaunched and rebranded her sewing school, and it was called So You Want to Sew, located in Clinton, Maryland. And after COVID, I turned it over to another owner, just because it wasn't bringing in the income and the revenue that I needed to make it make sense. Um,
Right.
but that was that. The school is still there. It's in Clinton, Maryland, and I really enjoyed that. I started helping women, learn how to sew handbags, um, And so Mask Maven came
Hold
out
on, hold
of.
on. So you want to, so do you still go by and mentor or help out or
No, I don't.
okay.
I don't. However, every time I'm on the street somewhere or every time I'm in my DMs or something, someone will ask me, "Hey, are you still doing those classes or whatever?" So I could always go back and, and rent some time and do the classes and do what I used to do without having the onus of like paying that monthly rent. I could
Right.
always go and do that, but I have like some other things now that are taking up my time, and I'm sure we'll get to that
Yeah,
in a minute.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, no, no more sew you want to sew. However, I still sew.
Okay. Anything in particular?
I do women's clothing. I've been dibbling and dabbling in handbags lately. Uh, and haven't been sewing like this year, but I'm getting back into it.
Okay, because you're a bit of a fashionista, by the way. So do you do a lot of your clothes?
Not lately. I would say not lately. When I first started out, started learning, of course, everything I made, I'm making for myself, trying different things out. But lately, I have not made anything for myself.
Okay. Did you ever model?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
That's crazy because
I
I
mean,
mean,
people always ask me that, and I'm like, no, I have. I've never. I was in one fashion show at American.
mhm.
Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated had a fashion show, and I was in that probably in my junior year, but outside of that, I have not. I
You
have not.
Greek?
Huh?
You one of the Greeks?
Nope.
Okay. All right. All right. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so because I be watching you and I'll be like, oh my gosh, she G'd up every time I see her, you know. Like
Yeah.
right
No.
now, is that something you made you wearing?
No. Actually, I bought this in Greece.
Damn. Let me back up off you and take a look, man.
I bought this in Greece. In
Wow.
in October.
Oh, you went to Greece?
Hmm.
How was that?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. We went to the island of Crete. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
it was beautiful. I got to go back.
What made you want to go there? I'm just curious.
One of my girlfriends, she just turned 55, so she wanted to do something for her double nickel birthday. So we were like, all right, we down. We go. I've never been, so
You travel a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot, although when people see me, they say, "Where are you at this week?" But I haven't just because my mom's getting older, so I'm staying closer to home.
Right,
Uh,
right.
so I haven't been traveling a lot. The last place I went was Miami to see Brandy and that other chick,
Oh, yeah, Monica.
Monica. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just saw your ass in CIAA this weekend.
Well, that's Baltimore. Mm.
Oh,
That's not a
I
frat.
I never been, so but yeah, it's cool. So Mass Maven, we didn't get that one yet.
Oh, so Mask Maven, that was born out of COVID. So, when people were making masks and selling masks and all of that, I started selling masks during COVID, and my purpose of that was to pay for, to help survivors or cancer patients who were going through whatever they were going through during COVID.
Right.
There was a young lady who needed her rent paid, needed some utilities paid. And so the proceeds from the mask that I made went to paying for her rent and her utilities during COVID. Um, and then I started just selling them. So I started Mask Maven. Um, of course, I don't really do that anymore because it's masks everywhere.
But where'd you come up
So
with the name?
I don't know. I just
I mean, that's a hell of a name, Mass Maven. I mean, yeah. Okay, well, okay. So I note that you always are taking pictures. So you you have a like a photography studio or something like that, or what do? You shoot?
so I started taking photography classes about I'd say 5 years ago. Um,
Would
Daryl
that be
taught
Butterfly Images Studio?
yes.
Okay.
So my photography name is Butterfly Images Studio, and
Oh,
I started taking photos about 5 years ago. So Daryl Todd he actually still has classes. I've taken classes from him to learn. And the reason why I even started is because photography gets to be expensive. And so I wanted to learn how to shoot my own models or shoot my own clothes with models. And sorry, my video was like going in and out. Um, but I wanted to shoot my own stuff without having to pay a photographer every time I wanted to do a shoot.
Yeah, we have kids, but it's been over. Yeah, she still want me, but I don't love her. Whatever, whatever. He would say, yeah, we live together, but we not together. Yeah, we have kids, but it's been over. Yeah, she still want me, but I don't love her. Whatever. Why you in these streets, oh boy? Why you in these clubs, oh baby? Why you at this bar with me? Tryna break my heart. I mean, you got a girl at home, oh boy. Got your kids at home, oh baby. Go home, boy, go home. Why you in these streets, oh boy? Why you in these clubs, oh baby? Why you at this bar with me? Tryna break my heart. I mean, you got a girl at home, oh boy.
So picked up the camera. I don't do that professionally. It's sort of just a hobby for now. But yeah, but I enjoy it though.
so because that's when I met you. If you know, hold on, you got your camera on right there.
Right, right. Yeah. Team KIP needed some photography skills.
Well, that particular day was also your event as well. The runway for a cure. Yeah, I
Ex-
think intertwining that day, if I'm mistaken.
Exactly. So I think we chose, I don't know whether it was in October, but we chose a day where we would focus on Runway for a Cure DC and breast cancer awareness.
Right, right.
And so we invited some other
Groups.
survivors and groups to come out to support that cause. Um,
Right,
so yeah, that's really my baby, my biggest
right. We're
thing
gonna get
that's
there.
that's
We're
going on
gonna
now.
get there because that's huge. So, where you get all these entrepreneurial skills from? That's interesting.
My father. So part of the reason why I started Runway for Cure DC and like the fabric of me comes from my father. And he was a plumber, he was a shoe cobbler, he was a masonry, I don't know if you call it what you call them. Um, he did a lot, and he worked in construction. So when you go around DC and you look at like some of the buildings, RFK isn't there anymore, but he helped build the infrastructure for the plumbing at RFK,
Wow.
At the Kennedy Center, at
Wow.
the National Zoo.
Mm.
So, he was a part of the groups of people who helped build some of, our most treasured monuments, if you will. And
Right.
so, in addition to that, being a plumber and a shoe cobbler, and a mason, that's pretty much where I get it from. And
Y'all
really,
Jamaican?
when I look at some of my family members down south,
Hmm.
um, like all of my cousins, particularly the males in my family, like they all have their own businesses, HVAC, plumbing. Um, I see more of those skills in the men who are entrepreneurs down south. I'm not gonna say more. I just say in my family, I have seen more entrepreneurship in the males down south, um, than the males here.
I was about to say, are you Jamaican?
No, I do have a lot of stuff that I like juggle, but I'm trying to like hone in and focus. Uh,
Right.
because
I'm messing with you.
I don't want to be a master of none. I do want to be a master of something. Um,
Right.
but yeah,
So,
not a Jamaican. I'm still doing it. So as part of my annual fashion show, Runway for a Cure DC, I didn't show in 2025 show, but every fashion show that we've done over the last 8 years, I've shown my own collection at Runway for a Cure DC's annual event. And so now I'm sort of working on what I'll do for October now. So I'm starting to kick my ideas around and figure out what I'm going to show for the show this year.
okay, so that's a yearly event, the Runway for a Cure.
That's correct.
Is
Yep.
that a nonprofit organization?
Yep. We are a nonprofit organization out of DC. We also have a branch in Maryland as well. So we can
So
claim.
that's where I'm going next. This is your baby right here. Runway for a Cure. So let me ask you this. Are you the CEO and founder?
I am the founder.
Okay.
Um, I am the founder of Runway for a Cure DC. We have an executive board who's been with me since the beginning. Jeanette Gatlin and I'm sorry, Nichelle Brathwaite. They've been with us or been with me since the beginning. We founded it in 2017, and we incorporated it in 2018 in DC. And then in 2023, um, incorporated in Maryland as well.
So what made you start this program? Because this is pretty huge.
Uh, so so my dad that you asked me about earlier, he was a prostate cancer patient,
Okay.
and he was diagnosed when I think I was in my senior year in college. Um, and he lived with it for a really long time. He passed away when he was 83. Had the best of care at Georgetown, and uh, my mother had Blue Cross Blue Shield. He had I guess, Medicare or Medicaid, but my mother's insurance pretty much paid for like everything. So there was no really out-of-pocket expense for his care or anything like that, right? And so one day I took a look at one of his bills. One of the bills, one of those bills that comes to your house after the insurance pays for everything, and you see all the doctors that, dove into the billing on that,
Stealing money. Yeah, let's call it what it is.
and so it was like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I know what my parents made. My mother was a principal retired. My father was retired plumber. Like there's no way in heck they could pay for this, right? Without her insurance. And so fast forwarding to when we founded Runway for a Cure DC, I wanted to marry my passion for fashion with some kind of mission. And so I chose cancer or cancer awareness. Um, and so the first year out, I was looking for an organization that we could donate to that would help people who didn't have insurance or would help just cancer patients in general. And so, because I thought about, the bills that my dad had. Like, if you don't have insurance, how, like, people are dying, right? And so we found Breast Care for Washington, D.C., which was in Southwest near Ballou. They actually had a fund that you could donate to pay for mammograms for men or women who are uninsured. And
Okay.
so we've been donating to them year over year over year, um, ever since we started in 2017 to help pay for people who walk off the street who don't have insurance.
Hmm.
And then secondarily, one of my board members, Nichelle, she was diagnosed. If it wasn't the year, it was like the year before she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and so I kind of wanted to like put all that together and create a mission and get behind that. And we've been doing it since 2017.
That's wow. I mean, so explain to people how like a nonprofit organization work because I don't even know.
So there could be two different kinds, right? um, our nonprofit, we don't, you raise funds, right? Um, if you make over $50,000, you have to like your tax preparing is a little different. If you make less than 50,000, then it's like an easy form that you fill out and that's that. Um, at the end of the year, because we're not a for-profit nonprofit,
Okay.
like our books are like on zero at the end of every year. We give it away. So we pay for the mammograms, we pay for meals, we buy coats, we do drives for different things or whatever. At the end of the year, we don't make a profit. On my board is not salaried. So you
Oh,
do have some nonprofits who have salaries, like Susan G. Komen, right? They're the big dog in the room in terms of cancer awareness, and so they have employees. Everybody up to the sister of Susan G. Komen herself, like people are getting paid salaries through that. Our nonprofit is not structured that way.
oh wow. Okay, because when I realized that you were like a big deal, I actually saw you on Fox 5 getting a donation from
Their motors.
okay, Eastern Motors it was. Yeah. Okay. So what how did that come about?
So we had actually been on Channel 9, Channel 4, and there was another one before that. But that was
Okay.
the first time that like we were actually given a donation live on TV. Um,
Right.
the others we were just sort of like marketing what we were doing for the big event and telling people about breast cancer awareness. But that particular one, they have a pay it forward gift that they give to certain nonprofits. And
Okay.
that particular October, they chose us. And it's funny, they kept running that commercial for like, I don't know, like 2 years, and people were like, "Oh, I saw you on TV," and I'm like, "That was so long ago." Um,
Right.
but yeah, and my mother was like, "They need to give you some." more
Residual.
money, some residuals. They keep running that thing.
Right.
But yeah, that was fun. And the survivors who were on the show or on those news shows with me, they walk in the fashion show. So every fashion show we have breast cancer awareness. I'm sorry, breast cancer survivors who walk in the show alongside professional models. We have amateur models and things like that. And so they've really become my family. We've had models who've modeled with us for like the entire 8 years, who are
Right.
still, involved. They come out and they speak about their testimony. Um, and so it's really been a blessing. It's really been a blessing.
So your whole organization is based on like just giving back to people who need assistance.
Yes. Yeah. So whether that's us giving to another organization like Breast Care for Washington, whether that's we also have donors like Wegmans, Whole Foods, Walmart. They've given us funds. We use those funds to maybe get groceries
Okay.
for or pay for utilities or rent for survivors.
So this is year round, or does this just come in October?
So the big event comes in October. Last couple of years, we've done Mother's Day brunch where we raise funds. Last year we threw in a Father's Day brunch too, to raise funds. And so last year we had three big events. This year I don't. We might scale back, but we always have the October one every year, and that's the big one where we have models, designers, vendors, food. Last year we had tastings for different like local beer and wine. And then we had a local caterer who came out and gave us a different flavor of things. And so every year we try to change the theme, keep it new, keep it fresh. Um, and yeah.
Okay, so can people donate to this?
Of course. Of course. So everything is on either on our website or,
Give the folks a website.
or on Facebook. So it's Runway for a Cure DC, and that's Runway spelled for out. Runway FORACureDC.org.
Okay.
And there's a PayPal link there to donate. We're also, of course, Cash App, which is $ Runway for a Cure DC. And that's pretty much. We are just wrapping up the 7th annual Runway for a Cure DC. I am elated. This is the first time we are out on our own. It is called the Metamorphosis because this is a beginning of new things, of our platform on our own terms. And the survivors and the supporters and just everyone who was involved in this, from media to volunteers, I'm like overcome with emotions about like how everyone's just kind of pitched in and just they did all of this. And so I'm so happy. It's turned out to be a marvelous event. We are giving back to the community by paying for mammograms for men or women who are uninsured, and we are bringing survivors together to support one another in the name of cancer awareness. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Your generous donations and participation in this event is going to support the lives of men or women who really need our help. And so I just want to thank everyone who attended this event. It was a wonderfully attended event, and we couldn't do this without you.
I hear you, Godfather. Give me more now.